Hey guys, what's going on? This is Nasa, aka the Real Estate Guru. I'm not your guru, I'm your guru because I actually do this business. And today I want to talk about a question that I've been getting. What is transactional funding and how do you use it? Transactional funding is short-term funding that's normally used when people try to double close on short sales and bank-owned properties. Majority of the banks do not allow assignments on their properties. So in order for people like us or anybody who wants to wholesale it or sell it quickly, they have to do double closings if you want to sell it within X amount of days without doing much work or submitting that. So you have to do double closings, and you have to use transactional funding, which is short-term funding. All right, now one place you can get short-term, this transactional funding that we're talking about, Lima One Capital. You can Google Lima One Capital. They do transactional funding nationwide. That's one of the things they do. They might do hard money lending in your state, but they do. They definitely do it nationwide. Okay, as far as transactional funding nationwide, the hard money is selective in certain states. Now, let me give you an example of a reason to use transactional funding, or how do you use it. So let's say that you found a REO property on the MLS, okay? The REO property was listed at $60,000. You got them to take your offer at $35,000, and you got them to take your offer at $35,000. You found the buyer at $42,000, okay? So there's a $7,000 spread. You cannot assign this property because it's bank owned, so therefore you have to do a double closing, and you would need something called transactional funding. And so what you would do is call a company like Lima One Capital. You will submit both contracts to them and all the information, the closing date and the attorney's information. They'll wire over their funds. So the contract's between you and the bank, okay? So A and B. So you're at 10 o'clock. The buyer will wire, the transaction fund will wire in their funds at 10 o'clock. A and B, you will complete that transaction. You do have to sign your documents. You will be charged closing costs, okay? And then at 10:15, you turn around and tell it to the end buyer, who is C. And after paying your closing costs, you should, now these are just estimating that your closing costs are $500. After paying the $500 in closing costs, you'll walk away with about $6,500. $6,500, and that's your check that you can pick up. You can have that check wired to you, or you can have that check mailed to you, or you can pick it up, or you can pick up a check, okay? So that's normally how it works. And just to give you another one, let's say you had a short sale, okay? You had a short sale and you wanted to close it out because you wanted to resell it. And with doing these, a HUD property, because HUD's very popular. Let's say you had a HUD property and you wanted to turn around and wholesale it. All right. Let's say that you got them the property. They were selling the house for $100. You got them to accept your offer at $50, and you wanna wholesale it out for $57,000. Okay. And you got a buyer at $57,000. Now it's A and B, okay? You do another contract with him, okay? So you got a contract between you and the seller, another contract between him, because there's no assignments involved in this. So what will happen, you send everything to the attorney's office, send everything to the transactional funding company, and what will happen, A and B, transactional funding will wire in funds, you close that out, you turn around 15, 20 minutes, an hour later, and sell it to your end buyer, who is C. And he'll wire in his money, you pay closing costs. On that transaction, I believe you're going to make $7,000. You'll probably walk away with about $6,500 after paying closing costs. I'm just estimating closing costs of $500. It varies per state, okay? Here in North Carolina, we use attorneys to close out deals. In your state, they might use title companies. But here we have to use attorneys. We're an attorney state. All right, so that's basically how transactional funding works. You can go to LimaOneCapital.com to inquire about their transactional funding. If you have a deal that needs some transactional funding, they can help you out with that. Tell them Nasser, the Real Estate Guru, the guy on YouTube, referred you. And as usual, make sure you go to the blog, opt in. Also, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, wish you much success in your life and your business.